Hi, I'm Susan, and welcome to Being Mindful. We do mindfulness meditations here, and in today's meditation, we are exploring the process of diaphragmatic or belly breathing. This is a practice that we can use to encourage us to breathe more deeply, to feed the oxygen in our cells more completely. When I led this meditation for my group, we processed the practice afterwards, and one of my participants talked about visualizing the muscle structure, the vertical muscles that go from the chest to the abdomen, and imagining them stretching and contracting, and imagining the belly button coming close to the back and then coming back out. So I encourage you to consider that possibility as we explore what it feels like to breathe a little bit more deeply. Let's get started. I tend to close my eyes, and you may do the same if that's comfortable for you. If that's not comfortable for you, or if you would do better to be able to read my lips when I provide guidance and instruction, it's fine to leave your eyes open too. I usually begin with a focus on what's happening in the present moment, acknowledging that we may have had a busy day so far, or there may be things that we're bringing from the past into this moment. And without pushing them away or fighting with them, we can simply acknowledge that they're there, set them to the side, but let the primary focus be what's happening right now. Likewise, when we sit in meditation, our minds have a tendency to wander to what is going to be happening, to plan and prepare ourselves for what follows the meditation. And we can gently notice when that happens and bring the focus back to the present moment. We can begin to notice the ground beneath our feet, whether we have bare feet or sock feet or feet in shoes. We can sense the ground beneath our feet. Since we're typically in a seated position, we can also notice the support of the chair beneath the body. The sensation of clothing against the skin, as well as the temperature and movement of the air. We can take a moment to notice and experience the sounds that are happening around us. Sometimes during meditation, sound can be experienced as a disruption or an irritation, a distraction. But sound is simply happening in the present moment. And so it's not a problem. It's an opportunity. If we're choosing to focus on it, each sound is a gift. And if we're not choosing to focus on it, when sound happens, we can notice it. As soon as it's done, it's no longer part of the present moment. We bring focus back to the point of attention. And of course, sound includes my voice as well as the sounds that are happening in your environment. Perhaps you can hear sounds outside, traffic or birds, an occasional airplane, and sounds that are more immediately around us. Perhaps other people in our homes, animals, and even the fan of the device that we're using to connect with this meditation. And we can shift from sound to breath, our breath, the constant movement of breath in and out of the body that happens whether we're paying attention to it or not. And as we focus our attention on the breath, we don't have to breathe in any special way. There's no right or wrong way to breathe. We simply are breathing, and we notice that we are breathing. We can follow the movement of breath as it comes into the body, rests slightly, and leaves the body. We can notice the movement of the body in response to the breath. We can notice how the chest rises and falls. Perhaps the shoulders or the back get involved. And then I'll ask you to notice the abdomen and place your hands on your belly. This will help detect the movement of the belly and to keep the mind, the attention focused on the belly. As we focus here on the belly, I'll ask you to notice whether there's any tension or tightness. And although a lot of times we sort of sit up straight, that there's a sense of uprightness with meditation, I'll invite you to actually go ahead and lean back fully against the chair. Shift the pelvis a little bit forward so that it might be a little bit easier to relax the abdomen. If you're not sure whether your abdomen is relaxed or not, you can flex the muscles in the abdomen and then relax them. With each out breath, noticing a sort of a flattening of the abdomen, a melting into the support of the chair. And now I'll invite you to breathe into the chest. So let's keep the focus high in the body. And with each in-breath, allowing the lungs to expand, the chest to open up, the shoulders to rise. And then with the out breath, we drop the shoulders. The chest comes back in. So let's breathe that way several times at your own pace. Noticing the movement of the chest and the upper body with each breath. Each out breath offering the opportunity to drop the shoulders, relax the muscles. And now let's explore what it feels like to move the breath down into the lower part of the body, not the legs, but the abdomen. So from this relaxed abdomen, with hands on the belly, with each in-breath, allow the belly to expand and contract with the out-breath. And feel the movement of the belly with each breath. If this isn't something you're familiar with, it may take some effort. But moving the belly almost draws the breath into the diaphragm and allows for a deeper sense of breathing. With children, we often have them lie on the floor and put a red Solo cup on the belly and try to make the Solo cup move up and down with each breath. So if the thought of a Solo cup helps you to transfer the breath from the chest into the belly, you can use that mental image. Most of the movement here is slightly above the abdomen, really. It's sort of the area above the belly button that moves the most. That's where the diaphragm's located. But if you actually move further down, that's fine too. And we're just exploring what it feels like to intentionally move the diaphragm, the belly, the abdomen with each breath. And if this is hard to do, if it's hard to maintain or hard to even do at all, it's not a problem. It's not a failure or something to worry about. It's just something to work toward. We might play around with alternating breathing between the chest and just a little bit lower. So with one breath, the chest expands and opens, and then comes back to neutral. And then with the next breath, the abdomen is what's moving and the chest is held still. Obviously, the lungs are still expanding, so there is some movement in the chest. but we're not opening the chest in the same way when we focus breathing through the abdomen. And shifting back to a basic focus on the movement and sensation of the breath as it naturally occurs. Noticing once again the sensation of air and clothing against the skin, of the chair and the ground beneath the body. When you're ready, you can open your eyes and begin to move in whatever ways would feel comfortable. Thanks for joining me today. I hope that practice of belly breathing versus chest breathing, this exploration of what it feels like to really engage our diaphragms, was helpful to you. If you liked it, if it was helpful, please like the video. That's always a good sign that I'm doing things well and in the right direction. I would love to hear what your experience was, what you envisioned, what you felt in a comment. So feel free to share that with me down below. If you're not already subscribed, I hope you will consider doing that so that we can continue to be together in this journey, and you will be able to join future meditations. There's no telling what I'm going to come up with next. Thanks and have a great day.